Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Yazin. Tick number F1057. Today I will talk about PBT1. I will talk about activity name and design. First we have relative layout. Next we have tab view, coding like this. Next tab view 2, coding like this. Image button, coding, button coding. Next, edit text, coding. Edit text 2, coding. Edit text, coding. Button, coding like that. Next, edit text, coding. And very last, button, coding like this. Next, we go to design. Because activity main and design very relate. After you type main activity like this, and design can be displayed like this. We have name, relative student. It's about coding with type. Okay, thank you.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fikri, number 313 DDT 19F1134. Okay, now I want to present PBT1. Okay, for the main activity.java, first you need to import Android.net URI, Android.s bundle, Android app activity, Android content value, Android.database cursor, Android.view, Android widget, edit text, Android widget those. And for the public class, protect void on create bundle save instance state, super on create, save instance state, set content view, layout for the activity main, and the public void on click at name, view, content value, new content value, student provider name. And for the edit text is find view by ID edit text, to get text, to string, value put student provider grade. For the grade is edit text, find view by ID edit text 3, get text, to string. For URI, get content resolver, insert student provider dot content underscore URI equal to value. Thus make text, get base content, URI dot to string, thus left to long. Show public void on click retrieve student view, string URL equal to content.com.example my application dot student provider, URI student equal to URI plus URL, cursor student, version null, selection null, selection agreement null, set order name. If c.move to first, do those make text. This get string, get column index, student provider underscore ID, get string, get column index, student provider name, get string, get column index, student provider grade. Thus left short show while C move to next. For student Java provider, first you import Java until mesh map, import Android content dot content provider, Android content dot content URI, content dot content value, Android content dot context, Android content dot URI matcher, Android dot database cursor, Android dot database SQL exception, Android dot database SQLite database, Android dot database SQLite open helper, Android dot database SQLite query builder, and Android.net URI, and text utils. For the class student provider, extend context provider, static finder, string provider name equal to .com.example.myapplication.student provider. String URL equal to content provider name student. Content underscore URI equal to URI pass URL. String the ID equal to ID, string name equal to name, string grade equal to grade, private static mesh map string student projection map. Student equal to 1, student ID equal to 2, static finder URI matcher, static URI matcher equal to new URI matcher dot no match. URI matcher at URL provider name student at URL provider name student ID. For the database specific constant declaration, private SQL database DB, static finder string database name college, static finder string student table name equal to student, static finder in database version equal to 1, static finder string create DB table, create table equal to student table name, ID integer, primary key, auto increment, name text not known, grade text not known. Upper class that actually create and manage the provider underlying data repository. Private static class database helper extend SQLite open helper database helper context contain super context database name Factorino database version override. Public void on create SQLite database DB SL SQL create DB table. Public void on upgrade SQLite database DB in old version in new version DB SL SQL drop table if exists. Student table name on create DB. Public boolean on create. Context get go to get context database helper DB helper equal to new database helper context. DB equal to DB helper dot get writable database return DB equal no false or true. Public URL insert Lawn row ID equal to DB insert student table name no column head values. If row ID more than 0, URI equal to context URI without appending ID context URL. Row ID get context get content resolver notify changer no return. Throw new SQL exception failed to add a record into plus URL URI public cursor query URI string projection string selection argument string sort order SQLite query builder DB equal to new SQLite query builder QB set table student table name switch URI matcher the match URI case students QB set projection map student projection map break case student ID QB append where ID plus equal plus URI get best segment or get one break default.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Anis Hazim bin Abdullah. My number matric is 30 F1036 and I will continue the coding about student provider. Student provider override public in update URI content value string selection and string and selection again in account switch, and in the bracket we enter the URI matcher dot mesh, and in the bracket URI. As you can see, the coding is displayed in the screen, and the other line of the coding case student ID for the student ID, and another coding override about the public string get type or URI as you can see. And for the output, as you can see, the image that we input and the edit text and button for ad name travel student. Thank you.